This Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and damp good morning to some of you. A whole lot of rain for others. Hey, I hope your day's going well for you wherever you might be. I say damp for quite a few folks. Quite frankly, we've had a little bit more than what we really need. This time of the year, we don't need much rain at all because it simply does not go away. Thank goodness for tiled fields, but we just don't get the evaporative loss that we normally would this time of the year. So when you pick up a half inch of rain, that's a little bit too much. You pick up 3/4 of an inch, that's a little too much. You pick up 1.5 inches, that's way too much. You pick up 4¼ inches like the folks in the Auburn area did overnight and this morning. Good mercy sakes alive. And then some folks to the around the Merrill area, also reporting a good 3.5 to 4 inches of rain. That's way too much. We'll go into some of these precipitation statistics for you. Obviously, Mother Nature's on the bipolar side right now because things are just crazy. After an absolutely gorgeous day on Saturday, a rainy, drizzly type day on Sunday, and then just torrential downpours in some spots as we've gone through the morning hours. Light rain right now being reported over in Alma, also in Bad Axe. Bad Axe, for the most part, I'm looking at Verona, the reporting station, which is east of Bad Axe over in the eastern part of Huron County, 2/100ths of an inch. That's it. Lapeer looking at about an inch, a little bit better than an inch. But, in Sandusky, you're looking at not even 2/10 of an inch of rain there. Pigeon, through last night and early this morning up until about 10 o'clock, not even 1/10 of an inch in Pigeon. But you go just down the road a ways, Seawing area, Unionville area, well over an inch being reported at a number of stations there. The Fairgrove area, though, only about 4/10. Richville, the back 40, I didn't even have a half inch as of 10 o'clock this morning. And that's from yesterday overnight and then this morning. But you get along and west of I-75, things really get pretty crazy. 64 degrees at the airport, 64 at Radio Center. Also downtown Midland and Bay City looking at 64. We've got a northeast breeze at 13. Rising barometric pressure, good news, 29.92. We have a high pressure system that's way to the north of Michigan. It's quite a ways north of Lake Superior, almost but within shooting distance of Hudson Bay right now. Eventually, that is going to push this low pressure system away from us. The low right now is losing a little bit of its intensity, and it is settling a little bit further to the south. And what it's going to do, it's been over actually just to the south of Port Huron. It's dropping down through the Detroit area. It'll be moving into the Cleveland area as we approach the later afternoon and the evening hours. So we should see some clearing out of any precipitation here as we go through the afternoon hours. Our high temperature this afternoon is pretty much what our low temperature was overnight. We only dropped down to about 65 degrees. It's right now 64, and I'm looking for it to warm up a little bit, maybe 66, 67. Our low tonight isn't even going to get out of the 60s for the most part. 60 degrees, but mostly cloudy skies. We're going to continue to have that northeast breeze about 10 miles per hour or so. Now, during the day tomorrow, sun as the day goes on, we're going to start off with some clouds, warmer, 71, 55 for a low. Again, we're going to owe all this to the high pressure system. Then on Wednesday, sunshine, 74 for a high, so warmer, 62 for a low Wednesday night, warmer still. But we're going to keep our eye on a low pressure system. Right now, it appears as though it's right along the Gulf Shore line of Alabama, Mississippi, and extreme eastern sections of Louisiana, southeast Louisiana. That low is really pushing the Gulf moisture, the humidity, the warmer temperatures up into the Tennessee Valley through the Ohio River Basin. And eventually that is going to be working into the state of Michigan. So that's why we're going to be looking at chances of precipitation, not so much tomorrow, Wednesday, but maybe on Thursday, especially for the southern half of the lower peninsula. We're going to see some shower activity around. Then on Friday, there's still going to be a chance of some showers. Saturday looks like an uneventful day. Then late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, once again, there's going to be a chance of seeing some precipitation. But temperatures are going to be running a good 5 to 8 degrees above average, which is 66 in the afternoon and 45 at night. Precipitation tallies, well, we mentioned really the lowlights, if that's what you want to call them. The Munger area, just under a half inch. Freeland has officially reported at the reporting station there a little bit better than 2.4 inches. Linwood has a little bit more than 3. Ithaca is about 1 1500ths. The Mount Pleasant area, about 1 1/3. You look at Lapeer, a little bit better than an inch there. McBain, a little bit further to the west and the north. We're looking at right around 9/10 of an inch of rain. Endricon, about an inch. Sandusky, 1800ths. Let me see here. The Pigeon area, about 1/10. You kind of get the idea. Fairgrove, 4300ths of an inch of rain. So right along and west of I-75 is where the majority of the precipitation is. Now you take a look at Frankenmuth, which isn't too far away from the Richville Frankenmuth reporting station, where we've been looking at under a half inch of rain. Frankenmuth officially has reported 1.36 inches of rain. And here in the immediate Saginaw area, 7/10, 7/500ths of an inch. That's pretty much it. And then you get down into Genesee County, Goodrich, Linden, all looking at a little bit better than an inch of rain. Flint Bishop Airport, 1.13 inches of rain. Pontiac, a little bit better than an inch. Midland at the airport, 1.6. So it's all over the place as far as precipitation tallies are concerned. But we are on the weakening side of this whole system. So it's going to take another couple hours or so to finally move out of here. But I think we've got an uneventful afternoon, later in the afternoon, coming at us. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to take a look at the markets, see what's going on with Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. But before we do all that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Michigan corn growers very pleased to announce that the Crop Summit is coming back to Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant. Registration is now open for the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit. The event takes place January the 26th and 27th. Deadline to reserve hotel rooms and receive early registration pricing is Tuesday, January the 7th. Featured speakers, yeah, they've got them. Breakout sessions, they're going to have those too. RUP and CEU credits will be available for qualifying sessions as well. For more information, just punch it up online. You can go to micorn.org and get more information on the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit coming back to Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, January 26th and the 27th. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West in Frankenmuth. Gary, how's things looking right now other than wet out your window?
Well, we got kind of the quiet market here this morning, Terry. Currently, we have cash wheat, let's call it unchanged right now at $7.15 on the white, $6.80 on the red. New crop for next year up a nickel at $7.42 on the white, $6.82 on the red. Cash corn currently up a penny at $4.93, and that's for current crop as well. And cash and current crop soybeans, again, leaking lower a little bit today, Terry, down 8 at $11.79.
Well, we knew that it wouldn't last long, but the soybeans, it's been one day right after another, hasn't it?
Yeah, following that last week's, I guess, surprising bearish stocks and production report we got from the USDA, November soybeans have now slid 60 cents below the high that was made last Thursday. And, we seem to be headed for that support level of 12.25 futures. We're at 12.38. So I don't know. It's, it just kind of continues to leak lower. And then also we're hearing, yields are better than expected, where corn is the opposite. The corn is, we had a good harvest weekend, but, corn yields are variable. And so we'll have to continue to keep an eye on that once harvest progresses. And, wheat was pretty bullish there last week as we got a smaller stocks and production report from the USDA. So wheat continues to be fairly firm, and we'll watch Russia's wheat exports taxes continue to move higher. So we'll keep an eye on that as that will impact, exports out of the U.S. based on what those folks will do. So, but yeah, we'll keep watching that, and hopefully the weather will clear up and we get a little wheat plant in the ground here in the next week or so.
That would be nice. Speaking of the corn, what kind of moisture are we talking about right now coming in?
Well, yeah, it's kind of a wide range. I mean, it's anywhere from upper teens, Terry, to 24 moisture. But a little bit early to get you any yield reports, so I'll find out some more tomorrow. We got a conference call with the elevator group tomorrow morning, and we'll get an update on what the folks are seeing out there. So,
all righty, Gary, you take care. Have a good day. Okay.
Thanks. You too, Terry.
You bet. A little bit more as far as what's going on. Over to Chicago we go. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me right now. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline, where Ram Ag season continues at Schaefer and Beerline. They are the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer. Buy that Ram from a dealer where family and service sells cars. You can buy with confidence at Schaefer and Beerline. And by Krizak's House Family Restaurant. If you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, 989-894-5531. Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Also a great place to dine in, too. Corner of Cass in Michigan and Bay City's South Side. Doug Klein, what's happening?
Well, it looks like they're putting the rush on energy today. Crude oil up over $2, and no real reason for it except for we can do this because we're rich. So let's go for it. Everything else is pretty much boring. I got platinum down 1.5%. That's the only real loser today. And like I said, energy up big time. Here's your numbers. December corn is 5.41 3/4, up 1/4 penny. The March corn is 5.50 1/4, up 0.5 penny. November soybeans 12.38, down 8.5. March soybeans 12.57 1/2, down 7 cents. December wheat is 7.55 1/2, up 1/4 penny. And March wheat 7.67 1/4, up 1 1/4. The crude oil is 78.02, up $2.14. Heating oil is 244.40. That's up 6.2 cents. Gasoline is 230.98. You might as well say 231. That's up 6 cents. Natural gas is 593 1/2, up 31 1/2 cents. A Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2580 at the border. That's down 67 ticks. The yen is at 110.89, down 16 ticks. The euro is at 116.17. That's up 23 ticks. The dollar's at 93.83, down 20 ticks. Gold's at 1763.60, up $6.60. Silver's at 22.57. That's up 4 cents. Platinum's at 958.30, down $14.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks. Yep.
You
too.
bet. Take care, Doug. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky in a moment.
Hi, Deb. Another weekend, more youth baseball. Where's Jerry?
He wanted to come, but he's busy battling brown beet fields.
Cercospora?
Yeah, he went out to spray again. Is your crew spraying?
Just a few times. It's a sea of green this year.
You're kidding.
No, we tried that new CR Plus trait developed by KWS, and it's like night and day.
Really? Wow. You should text Jerry. He needs a new plan.
Maybe I'll just send some pics from the game. He'll get the message. KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed.
Every year is interesting for soybeans, but this year is particularly unique. That's because there are new weed control systems, old weed control systems, lots of choices, lots of noise. So how do you decide what's best for you? Well, Pioneer actually has experience with many weed control systems, and they want to talk to you about the benefits of Pioneer brand Enlist E3 soybeans. What gives them an edge? They're simple. They're flexible. With the advanced technology from the Enlist weed control system, you get a wider application window and more tank mix flexibility when you take on tough weeds, thanks to powerful Enlist herbicides that land and stay on target, which means fewer headaches. So, when deciding which soybean technology to go with, simple is smarter. To get Pioneer brand Enlist E3 soybeans, contact your local Pioneer sales representative. Individual results may vary. Visit pioneer.com to learn more.
Let's slide over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville here quickly. Jerry Samolsky, it looks like things aren't too bad right now.
No, this is a nice rain. Again, good slow rain soak in. We're still finding deep soil moistures are dry, so this is good to have it soak in like this. In Terry right now being roughly 1st of October, now is time we want to start fertilizing those large trees and shrubs, all those woody plants that will be around and come up next year, not perennials that we cut back, but the woody plants. They really love to be fed this time of year. They will wake up next spring and just perform beautifully by fertilizing today.
All right. Jerry, you take care. Have a good one, okay?
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. We go over to the law offices of Jerry Reif. Jerry, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm fine. And you?
Hey, we're trying to keep dry, Jerry. You know, here's an excellent opportunity for some of our farmers out there who don't have any field work or much field work to do right now to kind of check on a few things, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's a good time. We're getting a lot of phone calls, too, because it's kind of the lull before the harvest storm comes. You know how that goes, and deer hunting and things get in the way. But now's the time to take a look. We worry, in my office, we worry a lot about farms and their legacy and their succession planning. And the worst thing you can do is nothing. And, of course, next to that is joint ownerships. They can really backfire, and worse yet, an I love you will, which, of course, tells you the whole world that I love you, but also the IRS and probate. So you can stay away from all that. And, of course, giving it away during lifetime, that's not the answer. Having the right trust definitely is one of the answers. We now are getting indications that the loss of stepped-up basis, you know, when you pass away and your capital gains are basically not a problem, is temporarily off the table in Washington, but I don't trust them. You can take some steps in your farm succession. So, I mean, you paid taxes on this property, you bought it all these years and all the equipment, and then all of a sudden they want to tax it just because you passed away. Now, we ran into this same problem 30, 40 years ago, and when the exemption was so low in Maryland, it didn't even apply. So, long story short, they tried it again when Carter was president. And that backfired. It was a nightmare. There was a carryover basis rather than a stepped-up basis. So there's some things that are happening, and it's just like storm clouds in the sky in the west or wherever, and you got to be prepared. So you need to do something. But we have guidebooks with estate planning basics, understanding Medicaid, and a special one just for farmers and farm families, estate planning and how they can protect their legacy and pass it on, because that's the name of the game. Nobody can start out with nothing and try to build an operation. It is really tough, really tough. You need a help, and that's where prior generations passing it down is so important, that legacy.
So we can take a look at things. We can go to your website, right?
Yep, Jerry Reif Lawyers. My name, REIF Lawyers.com. You can drop down guidebooks there, or if you have the difficulty with that, we'd be happy to mail them to you. There's at least 3 of them on there, basics and Medicaid and, of course, farm succession planning. Or call us at 989-790-1461. There's plenty of information. It's all free. It's all available, and you just have to read it and use it.
Very good. Jerry, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
You too. Stay dry.
Yes. Jerry Reif.
Healthy crops require healthy soil. Genuine Earth Metal Blades, cultivator sweeps, coulters, and openers from New Holland help you manage residue, improve soil tilth, and place seeds into a consistent furrow. Available at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Ithaca, and Beale City. Genuine New Holland Earth Metal parts are stronger, tougher, and built to last. For more information, visit Ellen's Equipment today.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Again, as far as our weather is concerned, we are looking at the system that has been plaguing us here overnight and this morning. Some folks picking up well over 2 inches, in some cases more than 4 inches of precipitation. That system is gradually moving away from us. We do anticipate it breaking down and moving away later this afternoon. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. And now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. It's the next line in the sand in Washington. October 18th, the Treasury Secretary warns of calamity if there's no action to raise the nation's debt limit. President Biden moments ago.
Social Security benefits. American people are promised salaries for servicemen and women, benefits for veterans. We're going to have to raise the debt limit if we're going to meet those obligations. And raising the debt limit is usually a bipartisan undertaking. That's what is not happening today.
In a letter to the president, Republican leader Mitch McConnell says Senate Democrats do not need Republican cooperation to pass a debt limit bill, but to do so, special procedures would have to be employed to okay it with a simple majority. It's the first Monday in October.
The court is now sitting.
The Supreme Court began its new term hearing a water rights case. The court also declined to hear a lawsuit over a disputed Pentagon cloud computing contract. Justice Brett Kavanaugh is participating remotely. He tested positive for COVID-19 last week. The court says he's showing no symptoms, having been vaccinated in January. The court's docket this term includes cases involving abortion, guns, and religion. Steve Dorsey, CBS News, Washington.
Well, cleanup crews are trying to contain the big oil spill that has fouled beaches and threatens wildlife off the Southern California coast. CBS's Lilia Luciano.
The beach is closed currently to make space for cleanup and because of the hazardous conditions. And according to the mayor of Huntington Beach, it could remain closed for not just weeks, but actually months. And there are so many businesses along the shore that depend on beachgoers to survive.
The New York Times reports Johnson & Johnson will ask government regulators this week to authorize its COVID-19 vaccine booster. Mayor Bill de Blasio is touting the vaccine mandate that took hold today for public school teachers in New York City.
Every adult in our schools is now vaccinated, and that's going to be the rule going forward, and that's the way to keep kids safe and the whole school community safe.
As CBS's Linda Kenyon reports, a woman's in trouble over a vaccine card scam.
Beth Ann Kierzak, a nurse at a Michigan VA hospital, is charged with stealing authentic coronavirus vaccination cards from the hospital and then reselling them for up to $200. The criminal complaint says she sold the cards across the Metro Detroit area, primarily communicating with buyers via Facebook Messenger.
Well, some news that's out of this world.
Space, the final frontier.
For the man who played